and cold and wet outside still. But today we have a special fill-in guest since Mike Brady is hanging out and cruising around Minnesota and drinking not beer, but all the good stuff. We have young, up-and-coming business major, social media guru, Robbie Doty.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Right? Is that a social media guru?
I guess that's what we could call it, you know?
I mean, you're a hell of a lot smarter than me on social media stuff.
I would hope so. I mean, hopefully that's the direction we go, but let's just go with it. I don't want to call myself better than it, but, you know, if you're calling me better, then I'm better.
All right, so tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. So you are from Templeton, right?
Yep.
So tell me a little
Born and
bit.
raised.
Tell me a little bit about you, so that way the viewers can really dive into who your character is.
I was born and raised in Templeton, California. Graduated in 2020. Played sports all through my life, pretty much since I was able to walk. Ended up attending Cal Poly business major under finance and still currently enrolled and hoping to graduate by next year and get into the real world and get into my business.
Probably of broadcasting like what we're doing, right?
That it could all differ, you know, it could be anything, honestly. I have a bunch of different options that has just come across my mind when I think about it. So, I mean, I just like to keep my options open and don't want to have a closed mind going into it, you know?
Well, cool. We're going to have a lot of fun today because we got some good topics. You brought some topics up, which is, I like that, which is going to kind of floor a lot of people, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So, and again, after this episode this morning, you might want to change your major to journalism, media coverage. I'm not sure, but
maybe. Let's see how it goes.
You're going to have fun with this.
We're going to have a great time. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's jump into this. So, the world was shocked yesterday with the tragic news of David Crosby's passing, right?
Yes.
And you're young enough to not know who he is, but David Crosby was the Byrds and Crosby, Stills and Nash co-founder. He died at 81, and so he was a legend in the music industry, right?
In the 60s.
In the 60s, right? Everybody's a legend in the 60s, right? So, but you filled in and you had a little bit of an extra input on what his last post was.
So he was very active on Twitter. His following base was very large on Twitter, and he was very active on Twitter. And on Wednesday, all of a sudden, he wasn't posting anymore. He was very active on posting. So that's when people knew he was that's what was up, and that something was going wrong. And his last post was something towards heaven, saying it was overrated, and just said cloudy, and that was his last one, and he just was gone.
Wow. Did you think that he planned that? Did he know he was going out? He just planned to have that last text that's going to be left with the world?
Who knows? It could have been coincidental. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
So that was on Twitter?
That was on Twitter. He was very active on Twitter.
So out of all the social media platforms, which is the one that you follow the most?
Probably TikTok.
You follow TikTok?
I follow TikTok, and Twitter would probably be second.
Really? And then Facebook, Instagram, or Instagram, Facebook?
Instagram, Facebook. Facebook would probably be lower for me.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're getting all your news and information from TikTok and...
TikTok and Twitter has a lot of news sources that are very...
Which happens to be now the number one news source.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
It's very uncensored. Elon Musk taking over on that is left it very, very uncensored. Everything that goes up stays up for the most part.
Really? So you think there's a battle between Elon Musk and... what's the
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah. You think there's a battle kind of going between the two?
I feel like there's always a battle when you get up into that point, because it's all just like battle between companies and stuff like that, because people are leaving from Facebook, people are leaving from Twitter. It's going both directions. They're in the same industry. So they could be sharing consumers, but they're also taking consumers away from each other. And I think Twitter's influx with Elon Musk that happened. I mean, there was a lot that dropped off just because of personal views towards him, but there was a lot of people that also just like came in just because of who the new host was, or the owner of Twitter. So yeah, I mean, I feel like Twitter's just, I mean, his whole plan was just to take this whole entire app and just turn it into freedom of speech, is where he went. And he leaked a bunch of Twitter files that were hidden to the public.
Nice. That's why we like Elon Musk. because he doesn't give a crap, right?
That's what he goes for.
And so, producer Eric, do we know if Elon Musk has replaced himself as CEO yet?
I think he's going to be, I don't know. I'm not sure, actually.
So he put out that tweet.
He put out a post. He put out a poll. It was what it was, is if he should leave, because he started putting polls ever since he put out a poll saying, like, asking if he should reinstate Donald Trump's Twitter page.
Right.
Which Donald Trump's been gone for a while. And a lot of people voted yes. So he reinstated. And everyone was upset about that for reasons.
So everybody,
there's a lot of people upset for reasons. And then he put out another poll like 2 days later, I believe, saying if he should step down from Twitter CEO. And he got, I think, a good chunk saying yes. So he said that he's going to do it. And he's not necessarily stepping down as the owner. He's just basically letting someone else be the face.
Somebody else running.
He will still own the company. He will just have someone else running the platform.
Gotcha. So that's why I want to segue into this other top social media trending news right now, which you brought up to me last night, which is Facebook and Instagram is going to the Meta platforms is now going to allow booby shots.
They're going to allow to free the nipple, is what it looks like.
So it's called Free the Nipple. But there's a little bit of a weird twist to this.
Yes.
And what is that?
So the twist is they're allowing to free the nipple, but only to transgenders.
Okay. So why would that be, you think? I mean, what's the purpose of that versus like a real female?
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you would think that they want to be treated like a real female, so why can't actual female or biological females be able to free the nipple as well? Because, I mean, I feel like that's only fair. Now men can, now transgenders can, but females still can't.
Right? So they're leaving out the women.
Right?
Man, this is wrong.
This is wrong.
This is wrong because, I mean, we're all about freeing the nipples.
Of course.
And I think that maybe should be like maybe a summer pitch. Maybe, T-shirts, maybe, beer koozies, free the nipples.
Maybe so. I think that's a good
That would be
route
great, especially with the lakes going up. Mike Brady, we're talking about the lakes again. So just for you, the lakes are going up. We're going to have great narrows, and we should have that campaign. Free the nipples.
I think that's a good route to take. I think that's what needs to happen. It's necessary.
Awesome. So in other news, we talk about movies, we talk about sets, and then another big news across the nation is Alec Baldwin, right?
Yeah.
So Alec Baldwin was charged or accidentally killing a crew member on the TV set of Rust.
Choreographer and it was for involuntary manslaughter.
Right. And so now he's being charged with that.
Yeah.
So, and Alec Baldwin is he's a very different kind of guy, right? And he's he's not an advocate for guns, right?
Mm.
But yet he happens to have a live chamber in his gun. So what do you make as this story as a young college business major?
I mean, definitely gun safety should be first priority, regardless if it's labeled as prop or not. It is still a real gun at hand. Whether or not, I mean, there was supposed to be blanks in that gun, without a doubt. So that's all based on the team that should have been checking the gun, making sure of safety. But gun safety, gun etiquette is you don't point a real gun at someone in any case, regardless of if there's dummy rounds or not. But who knows? It could be for a scene, but if that was the case, that was a very, very foul play on the whole entire department. If that was for a scene to aim an actual gun at one of the other crew members at any point during the scene being taken. And how live rounds got in there, who knows?
Right? How does that happen?
Could have been an inside job. Who knows what it could have been? I mean, it could have been something. It could have been just honest foul play. It could be someone just trying to get revenge on someone for some reason. I mean, who knows? The world's crazy.
What if there's a possibility of like blanks actually having abilities to do damage like that.
But it wasn't blanks. It was confirmed that there was actual live rounds, and the blanks were not put in. Live rounds were put into that gun before the scene.
So we should really look at the person that put the live rounds into the gun.
The prop management team should be looked into, yeah, for sure, because they were in charge of all that. But I mean, Alec Baldwin probably should not have been pointing a real gun, regardless of dummy or live rounds, anyway, at someone.
Well, Alec Baldwin is kind of a dummy himself. So he's one of those guys that you look at him and the way that he looks, you just want to punch him in the face. Don't you think? Right?
I mean, that's definitely...
He just has that face that you just want to punch in the face.
Understandable.
Right? So we're going to move past this, but we have some other crazy news. So yesterday I had on the show, I had Central Coast Snake Services, right? And so this young lady came in, and she is a rattlesnake lover, and she basically had been studying rattlesnakes. I think she said that she is the leading expert in California on rattlesnakes, which, as everybody knows, and yourself, I absolutely hate snakes.
Oh, without a doubt, you hate them.
Yes, I hate them. I couldn't even. She had a bucket in front of her, along with her snake grabber, and I was on edge the whole damn time. Okay, but yeah. So right here, so that was the snake. That was actually Buzz the snake. They have actually a resident snake, but we're going to get into this story, which is a Kentucky school's snake escaped the classroom.
Yeah, so what I heard, there was the snake that escaped the just the cage of it, and was gone for what, 3 months almost?
3 months. So for 3 months, the snake escaped from the terrarium at Kentucky Middle School. Okay, they dubbed him. His name was Gummy Worm by the 6th graders. So he escaped from the terrarium in the classroom and was found 3 months later underneath the sink water sink up against the heater, which they found, like I said, 3 months ago. But how would that play out? So you have a snake, which isn't a small snake. It's a pretty good sized snake, which you can see right there. It's a pretty good sized snake. So, I mean, how would you feel about that? If you were in school and a snake got out and you're like, hey, guess what? We don't know where the snake's at. We'll just go to class anyways.
Right? I mean, looks like that's the route they took, even with like seeing just snake skin just left over just randomly in different locations as it shed to fresh skin. They just continued about day. I mean, I know you wouldn't survive at that school.
No.
You wouldn't show up until it was found. So you would miss school for 3 months if you were still in middle school.
Right.
You would have missed every single day. That's for sure. I mean, then again, I guess it goes to the case that it's like the school animal. I mean, most middle schools, elementary schools have like a school pet or something. They chose a snake. Kentucky does different things different here than in California, clearly. Because I know probably no school in California is going to have a snake around, at least no school you're going to look into.
Well, but they wouldn't school as normal. You know, I mean, they would shut down that class, I would hope. I would, if I was the principal and the superintendent, I would shut down the whole school until that snake was found. But that's one of those things that, you know, people like snakes. I wouldn't go to school. So that's it. So, but we also have some other cool headlines, which I think we're going to have a lot of fun with, which I don't know if you're going to, you know, participate in this. Maybe you're going to submit your name in to potentially go on this. But there's a new TV show coming out, right?
Yeah.
So what's the new TV show called?
I believe it's Farmers Looking for Love is what the name of the show is. It's a new show coming out.
It says Farmer Wants a Wife.
That's what it is.
So in the world of reality and all these TV shows, it's always been The Bachelor, right?
Bachelor, Bachelorette. Yeah,
Bachelor,
so this is a new take on Bachelor show.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this.
So from what I got from it, so it's people living the farm style country life to the women are city livers that come in and see what it's like to live a farmland country life. And it's essentially what I would assume is something like the Bachelor show where they just stay on it and they basically either see how much they like it. They either just leave if they hate it or they stay if they like it. I mean, it's a farmer wants a wife. The farmer wants a wife.
But I mean, where do you stop with these shows? I mean, what's next? I mean, we've already got, like you said, we've got Bachelor, we got Bachelorette, we've got Temptation Islands, we've got all these shows, you know, and now we got Farmer Wants a Wife. I mean, are you going to watch that?
Just depends on how interesting it seems based off of like the advertisement that gets put out. But I just think it was a very funny, interesting show that's coming out. I mean, me personally, I'm not into like watching Bachelor or Bachelorette, but people who are, I mean, it's not a bad thing to go and check out. I mean, it's a different spin-off of a whole different series of your favorite shows. So, I mean,
but let's be honest. Do you think that we watch the shows for the storyline, or do we watch the shows for the drama, or do we watch the shows for the visual appealing people?
I think it's the visual appealing is one of them, but I think the drama that can come through that the shows is definitely another, which I feel like this one could definitely have a lot of drama coming through.
So we're taking little city girl, rich girl, never been out to the country, never been on a horse, never stepped in a pile of cow.
That's essentially what it sounds like is what they're bringing into the show.
And they're bringing these girls, and the farmer wants a wife.
Big city living into small country living.
I like it. I like it. Well, cool. Well, let's move on. So we got some good stuff. We got some Atascadero. We got Atascadero new man arrested on suspicion of felony sex crimes. Not good.
That's never good.
Not good. We definitely this man has done some bad things, and he's been arrested for it. So he's a barber, I guess, in Atascadero, Cardinal Barber, and well, I guess he's not going to be cutting hair for a minute. So
be cutting it from a different location.
He might be cutting it from where he's going to be hanging out for a minute. So there's going to need some barbers. There's going to need some cuts in there. Maybe doing some manscaping.
Maybe so, but they probably shouldn't give him any sort of sharp objects.
Probably not. Probably not. And then, have you ever been to Sensorio?
I have not.
So
yet.
I haven't been to Sensorio either, but they have an amazing piece of land out in Paso Robles that has these lights. That's acres and acres and thousands of lights that light up this valley. And what they're doing is they're doing a pretty cool photo contest. So they're encouraging people to turn in and submit their photo without a flash by January 31st.
Yes.
So Carl, this is the time that Penny sends in her pictures, because she sends in and has awesome pictures. Then this is where you guys can win. And according to their page here, you could win
up to $1,000.
Up to $1,000 for submitting your pictures. Of first place $1,000, second place $500, third place $250 will be awarded to the top photos of Sensorio's 2 current exhibits. So
it looks like they're giving out 2 separate awards of what maybe it is for Tower of Lights and Field of Lights.
Field of Light and Tower of Lights, but they have 2 exhibits out there.
Yeah.
So evidently, it's going to be at the exhibit. Yeah. So first place, second place, and third place. So still, and there's a lot of cool pictures that you see. People can take these pictures, especially now with the rain, with the rainbows.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful place when it's all lit up. All
Totally.
the pictures that you see, I mean, it also gives you a chance for all those people that already take the pictures,
right,
to just get a little bit of extra money in their pocket.
We should go there. Should we take Mom there?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Maybe that would be a great anniversary gift for us. No?
For you.
Yeah, I'd like to go. Maybe we can do a family outing.
Maybe so.
We could do a family outing to Sensorio, Light, and check it out.
Maybe even take a picture and see what can happen.
Maybe take a picture. Maybe we should take a picture of here, send it in from the Morning Brew. Hey, there's Mike. Mike, hope you're having a good time, buddy. All right, so we're gonna get on here to let's see what else we got. We got Honor Flight. Have you ever heard of Honor Flight? Honor Flight is Central Coast.
Yeah,
No?
I've heard a little bit about it, not too much. Enlighten me.
So Bear McGill, local sheriff, local football coach, local legend in Templeton High School, is part of a great program here on the Central Coast called Honor Flight of the Central Coast. And what they do here is they actually take veterans back to the wall. So they create this big experience with all these veterans. You see them on the plane here, and their flights are all paid for, and through the donations of the Honor Flight of Central Coast, they go back to the wall. They have a big dinner. They meet different veterans from across the country, and they all kind of come to one area, and they get to share these amazing stories, memories of their time spent in the military. And so, as you can see there, it's a really moving experience. And the Elks Lodge in Paso Robles is actually doing a wine extravaganza that's going to be held on February 4th. Okay, and donations and everything, all this proceeds are going to go towards the Honor Flight of the Central Coast. So is that a cool? That's a pretty cool.
That's definitely
profit.
an awesome thing to do. I mean, to be able to build up this money to allow these veterans to be able to go take that honor flight.
Right. Now, you may or may not remember this, but you probably do because you're pretty smart. Do you remember when we took Papa Ernie to the Faces of Freedom
Yes.
in Atascadero?
Yes.
And so remember that other veteran that was there that they, didn't have any, they didn't come together. Papa Ernie was with us, and then the other gentleman was over on the other side. And afterwards, we put them together. They were both in wheelchairs, and they sat there and chatted about their experience. They are both in the same war, World War II, right? And I think they were in the same branch, which was the Marines, right?
I believe so.
And I think they were they're there at the same time.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that conversation in that day being held.
And to watch them talk and talk about their experience, and that's what these gentlemen now, when they get invited to that honors flight with the Central Coast, that's what they're doing multiplied by hundreds, and so they're all coming back together. Some might have reunited with some friends that they may not been in the war or military with each other. It's pretty crazy, huh?
It is pretty crazy.
That's a great program, guys. So make sure you guys get out and support that, because there's all kinds of stuff that we want to. We got Lori Bryant calling in. So Lori Bryant is our Lori. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Lori, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So we got Lori Bryant on the phone. She is with Slow County News, and she has an amazing Facebook page with over 24,000 viewers, or I'm sorry, villagers, right? Right? And so she basically enlightens us of the Central Coast, North County, South County, the coastal areas of all what's happening and what we can do to be safe. So, Lori, thank you. Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Good. What do we got going on out there today in the last
black
24
ice,
hours?
Be careful. It's very cold, and there are reports of black ice in Ossiamino Way. We do have one accident, Cripple Creek. That's hard to say this early. There was a power pole involved. So if you're in that area and you don't have power, that is most likely why.
Right. So with all the rain, we still got the grounds just wet. It looks like it rained. Matter of fact, it did rain yesterday morning.
Yeah, it sure did.
But so more so probably coming in from the lakes is going to be real icy. And
exactly.
Probably
any of those back roads are going to be they're going to be dangerous this morning because it's cold.
Right. In kind of like the less traveled areas, right?
Yeah, I think so. I would be very, very, very careful, especially if you see a puddle. It may not be a puddle.
Right. It might be a big piece of ice.
Yeah, you could ice skate for a little bit.
Wow. Anything else we got going on?
No, we had we know about the arrest in Atascadero.
Right.
We know about This accident that just happened.
That was this morning?
The ice and I'm sorry?
Was the accident this morning?
Yes.
Oh.
About 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
maybe 45 minutes ago now. That's on Cripple Creek.
That's on Cripple Creek. Okay.
Yes.
So it doesn't flow any of the major highway or
all the roads look good on the Caltrans site. But again, I would be very cautious if you see water or you think you see water. I think there's going to be a lot of icy roads coming in because it's 31 here in Paso. So it's cold. And when it drops that low, it's going to freeze.
Absolutely.
But most of the major thoroughways are open. We still have a ton of back roads that are closed, obviously. But they're working hard. The Caltrans and the county are out there, and they're opening them up. They're opening up roads slowly but surely.
Awesome. Hey, Lori, just to top it real quick, because I don't know and I haven't heard. Do we have any more news about the young man in San Miguel?
Kyle, they're still searching hard. The teams have been out there. The search and rescue, the dive team. They've got the Arrow out there with the drones. They're searching hard. They're searching every piece of area. They are asking. The sheriff has been continually posting to have volunteers not go in the area.
Oh, to not show up. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? We might have lost Lori. All right. Guys, we lost Lori with Slow County News, but she brings us some awesome
That's live TV.
Information. What's that?
That's live TV. Hey, we got one more thing I wanted to ask her about was the Paso Robles home on the screen.
Yeah, Paso Robles police officers arrested a man after he reportedly broke into a home and attempted to break into another one, actually after he was exposed in the first home. I mean, these should be like dumb criminal files. That, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, here we go, Lori. One last time. Lori, can you hear me? Lori?
Did we
Yep, we got broken up here, Lori. Oh.
Did you pay your phone bill? That's okay. Let's move on.
Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, it's dumb criminal files is out there, and we should start doing a list of dumb criminal files.
That's good.
Don't you think?
Right? What if there was like a whole nother section just criminals? I mean,
doing stupid stuff.
Right?
Doing stupid stuff.
Because there's a ton of them that do just
there
the
is a
most
ton of
random,
them.
stupid shit.
Yeah, stupid stuff. Stupid stuff. All right, well let's jump into real quick. We have had the Paso Robles Bearcat Athlete of the Week, which is actually put on by the Paso Robles Daily News, which is Dalen Scott, basketball player with the Paso Robles Bearcats. How come you never got into basketball?
I did.
Look at you. What are you, like 7 feet tall?
Definitely not.
Jeez.
If I was 7 feet tall, I'd definitely not be sitting here right now.
Yeah, you should have got into basketball. Can you shoot a hoop? I mean,
yeah,
I can dunk on you.
No, I don't think you could touch.
I mean, I
net.
can dunk. I can dunk like with the best of them.
Little windmill stuff, kind of like around the back and over the back.
Yeah. So could you guys go in and play basketball inside Kennedy? And so maybe I should go in there and
I think you should. I think it would be fun to meet you out there on the court.
Do a couple warm-up laps.
Right? See how it was, let the old gears warm up again.
I mean, are you guys going to be okay with that, with me going in there and schooling you on the courts?
I think it will take some time for the people on the court to like process what's going on. But I think after a few days, I think people will be more calmed out if you are as good as you're
And
saying.
then you'll invite me again.
No, of course.
Okay, because that's going to be pretty important. After I show you guys up on the course, then you guys are like, whoa, Dad's flying, Dad's dunking.
We'll make sure we do a section to where we bring the cameras in and show you dunking on all these people at the court, right?
Gotcha. All right, so football weekend. This is the most awesomest weekend of the year. So not only did we have our boys, make it into the divisional round, right? We got big games happening this weekend. So, Rob, so we got the Jags at the Chiefs.
Jags and the Chiefs, yeah.
Jags and Chiefs. So who would you pick on this one? Who are you going to pick?
Am I taking with Las Vegas, or who do I think?
No. This is just point to point. I mean, if you want to, the Chiefs are favored by 8.5.
I still think that Chiefs would still break the Vegas's odds by. I think I'm taking the Chiefs by 10 on that one. I think Chiefs and Jags already had a matchup earlier in the season when they played. It was during the time when the Jags were getting warm still too. It wasn't during the early season when they were playing not so great. And the Chiefs did win by 10 there as well. I think a minimum of 10 is what I believe Chiefs will break that threshold by.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Now, what about, and I already know you're going to answer, but I want to hear it. Bengals at the Bills.
You already know I got to take my Bengals.
I know you got to take the Bengals.
But I think that one's going to be a great matchup. I mean, obviously we had the game earlier in the season, which very unfortunate injury of Damar Hamlin, where you think
he's going to play this weekend?
He is not going to play. There's no way he's playing.
You think he'll be there? Because he wasn't there last week.
I think he is. I don't know what the recent update was on if he was healthy enough to be out of the hospital.
He's out of the hospital.
He is out of the hospital.
Yeah, he's at home. He actually showed up into the team locker room last week.
Then I believe that he'll be at the game. He's definitely not playing for obvious reasons, because I mean an injury like that is way too serious to just throw someone back out into the game. So I think regardless if the Bills go to the Super Bowl, which they're not,
you heard it here first, guys.
And I think Damar Hamlin will be back next year, not this year.
Okay, but it's going to be an emotional game, you think?
It's going to be a very fought game, very deep trenches, fought out game, because these are both teams that were fighting for the number 1 seed and ended up both losing that chance because of the no contest.
Right.
So, I mean, some will argue that they believe that obviously the Bills are a 2nd seed, so we're playing in Buffalo, which is going to be cold. Obviously, Buffalo is a very chilly place. A lot of people complain and wish for a neutral site, but I mean, it's the Bengals. They can play anywhere.
All right. Well, I'm taking the Bengals too. Just in your honor, I would like to take the Bills just because of the Damar Hamlin, and I like Josh Allen.
I do too.
But
that's the thing. I really do like the Bills overall. The Bills Bills and Bengals history have gone back far with certain donations and stuff from Bills to Bengal organizations and stuff. I do love the Bills, but I got to take the Bengals on this.
Of course, got to take the Bengals. All right, Giants at the Eagles.
Giants have a better chance than I think we realize, but I still think Eagles will edge them out. But Giants have fought hard. They've been doing good, while they are a heavy underdog. When they played earlier in the season against each other, Eagles obviously won both times, but that second game looked a lot closer than what the Eagles would hope. So I think it's going to be a fight, but I still think that the Eagles come out on top. Not as heavy as the Chiefs may come out on top on the Jaguars, but I think the Eagles may have them around maybe by 7, I think. So don't take that Las Vegas bet.
Okay. And what do we got with the game of the week? The Cowboys at the Niners.
You have a divisional round matchup. You got a rematch from last year with that situation. I mean, Dallas almost beat the 49ers last year, but just due to game plan, time management was terrible last year, which lost the Cowboys that game. So they get another one. I think the Cowboys have a good chance. Brock Purdy hasn't played a defense this good yet. I mean, you have the argument that he plays it every single day in practice, but this isn't a full game time script situation, and he's going to play. This will be the best defense he plays since he's been given that starting role. So I think it's going to be a challenge for him.
So do you think the fire that the Cowboys had last Monday night, do you think that's going to transfer over to Sunday night?
I could see it. They just need to figure out their kicking situation, and they'll be good.
Yeah, I got a lot of texts after that game. But still, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be Cowboys and 49ers. It's always a great, matchup. You have a ton of Cowboy fans and you have a ton of 49er fans. And, I think it's going to be a great game. Of course, the Cowboys are going to win.
I think, I mean, right? It's anyone's game. I think it comes down to the quarterback.
It's going to come down to the quarterback. And Dax had a kick-ass game last week. I mean, he was running. He was phenomenal. He had his best game ever. He has had his best game ever, and we need Purdy to have his worst game ever. That's our bet, right?
So we're hoping on the Purdy streak to die is what I'm hearing.
Yes, we absolutely have to. So this is Jerry Jones's last. This is his last effort, right? He just signed a kicker yesterday, right?
They signed him, but they're not starting him.
They're not starting
yet.
him, but he made a announcement that Brett Mayer was not being replaced, and he's their guy. And then they go and sign a kicker yesterday. How does that make you feel as a kicker?
I mean, nervous. Your job is literally at jeopardy here. I mean, you miss one kick, you're gone. You're gone before the end of the first quarter.
They're like, dude, here's your check. Just get the hell out of here. I mean, can you imagine if that happens? I mean, I think Jerry Jones may come out of the booth and kick his butt right there on the field.
I think Jerry Jones might get down on the field himself and kick the ball himself.
Fabulous.
That would be awesome. All right.
Hey, let's give some stuff away.
Yeah, let's give some stuff away. You know, Eric, let's give away our poll question.
Yeah, the poll question.
Our poll question.
Do you know what the poll question was?
What was our poll question?
Poll question was for a free T-shirt. Taylor Sheridan was in what biker series?
Can you answer that question?
I cannot answer that question.
Want me to give you the...
Give them the multiple choices.
The first one was Dora the Bike Explorer. 2, Bikers Gone Wild. 3, Sons of Anarchy. 4, Biker Thong Diaries.
Which one do you think it was?
Let me get the question one more time.
1, Dora.
No, the question. The question.
I'm sorry. Tyler Sheridan was in what biker series?
You know who Taylor Sheridan is?
No.
Taylor. I'm sorry.
Taylor. Yeah. Taylor Sheridan is the producer and writer for Yellowstone, 1923.
Got it.
Pretty much all the shows that everybody in the world is watching right now.
Got it. Probably go maybe Sons of Anarchy on that one.
Sons of Anarchy is the correct answer, Rob. So you're going to win a shirt. All right. But we had over 100, right?
I think we had over 5,000 people.
We had over 5,000 people take the poll. And lo and behold, we did have some entries for Biker Thong Diaries, which I really like that show. I would think that Taylor Sheridan should actually write that one. Yeah. And we should really produce that one. But we've had a ton of entries, so we put those into grab that one, Rob. And I'm going to let you pick out the winner of our new hot off the press What's Up North County t-shirts, guys. Listen, if you don't win these, you guys can buy these for only $10, guys. We're going to be doing swag. We're going to be giving out swag. We're going to have our business sponsors on the back. These are awesome, guys. You guys see the business sponsors right here? Can you see it? You can't see it, but you guys got to get these. We want everybody in the North County to be wearing What's Up North County t-shirts, Rob. Right? And you got them right now. You're wearing yours. Some merch. You already got some merch. You're fortunate enough to be on the forefront of the merch handouts. So, but now let's go ahead and give one away. Let's give this away.
All right.
So go ahead and pull out our first winner. Maybe we should give away a couple of these.
I think, well, we have somebody else that mentioned in the chat, too. Maybe we'll give one away in the chat.
So our lucky winner is Carl Fuentes.
Carl Fuentes! That a boy, really? Sweet. All right, Carl. Boy, you're gonna be wearing these What's Up North Counties. You're one of our top news feed followers. So thank you. Appreciate you guys watching. So what do we got, producer Eric?
Well, let's figure out a question to ask the audience, and maybe we could answer.
All right, let's see.
Let's give another shirt away to that little. We had so many people.
Yeah, let's give away 3 shirts. Let's give away a total of 3 shirts.
Wow,
okay, because we got a lot of shirts. We want everybody wearing them. It's Friday giveaway Fridays.
Hell yeah!
For giveaway Fridays, we got our What's Up North County merch. Guys, you guys got to wear this stuff. This is hot off the press. Wait till next week. We're gonna have bikinis. We're gonna have tank tops. We're gonna have board shorts. We're gonna have beer koozies. We're going to have it all. We're going to be the swag kings of the North County.
All right, next.
Go ahead.
Number 2, we got Wine Travelers.
Wine Travelers.
Well, she already got a shirt because she's a sponsor. Does that count?
Yeah, we'll put her off to the side. Let's draw another one.
Let's try another one.
All right, let's go again. We got...
All right, who do we got? Let's see.
Dawn Glove.
Dawn Glove. All right. So she is a great fan of the show. She's also a great member of San Luis County News, SLO County News with Lori Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
So Dawn, thanks again for all your involvement and following these local channels. We really appreciate it. So let's do another one. Dig deep, dig deep, dig deep.
Going all the way to the bottom.
Yep. Dig deep.
Hey, we got it.
Huh?
Lynn really wants a shirt. I think we got to give Lynn a shirt.
Then we have Jacob Scarda.
Jacob Scarda from Santa Maria. Remember who that is? You don't remember him. He's from Santa Maria. We coached against him in the youth football. He was the winner, Super Bowl winner of, what it was, 4 years ago. And then he coached the All-Star team when we went down there and played. So, Jake, thanks for watching the show. We really appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and give, we're going to get Lynn.
Hey, we got to give Lynn a shirt.
Oh,
She really
totally.
wants a shirt, so
Yep. And Lynn,
she actually got it right. So,
yeah, she's the one that posted, right? Sons of Anarchy.
all right, Lynn gets a shirt.
So Lynn, you get a shirt as well. So we give away 4 shirts. Let's round it out. One more time. One more shirt, Rob.
One more shirt.
Yeah, round it out. I like even numbers. Let's go 5. Dig deep. Don't be looking. That's cheating.
All right, let's see.
All right, guys. This is really important, guys. This is going to be super, super important right now. This is the last pick, and this guy, this person, this female, this man, this kid is going to be getting the shirt that Robbie wore to the gym. No, you already cut it up.
I did already cut it
Okay.
out. So, right. All right, our last one, we got Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris! Woo-hoo! Yeah, the original bad boy.
Chuck Hill.
Chuck Hill. Oh, nice.
I thought you were.
Awesome. Chuck Hill. Chuck Hill is another great advocate for What's Up North County show and the Morning Brew. And so he's going to be rolling out that What's Up North County shirt. So,
Oh, yeah.
so guys, thanks again. That was super awesome. That was fun. Right?
I would say so.
That was fun.
Exciting.
We got to get into the weather real quick. Producer Eric.
Yeah, we can.
We got.
Let Robbie do the weather.
Yep.
today.
Robbie's going to do the weather today.
And you're on.
So on this fine Friday morning, we're gonna have a low of 27 throughout the day, but a nice subtle high of 54. So not too warm, not too cold. So prepare accordingly. If you're get cold too quickly, put on a jacket. If you get warm, keep on a t-shirt. It's kind of that was one of days, you know.
That, you know what? Why doesn't the meteorologist say that? I mean, that was right there. You just summed up my whole day. I mean, if I'm cold, I put my jacket on.
Right.
If I'm not cold, I'm hot, I take my jacket off and I wear my t-shirt.
It's gonna
All
be
Back to the weather. Let's go. Let's do the weather real quick.
All right.
Keep going.
It's gonna be one of those days where you just walk outside, go see how your skin feels, and you're gonna dress accordingly, right? And next day we got Saturday going into the weekend. We got around a high of 58 to 59 with a little bit of cloudiness on Sunday, but not too much. Looking like clear days all the way through, all the way up until next Friday. And weather's gonna range from the same spot through and to.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that sunshine, don't you think?
After that nice strong El Nino.
Are you done with the wet and the rain and the cold and the flooding? I mean,
it's something new for California. Rain
Kind of
doesn't
is.
happen very often here, so I don't think our state could take another hit like that, but maybe some subtle rain would
Right.
be nice.
well, Mike Brady, which is, traveling across the United States with Noel to go look at some colleges. He really likes the fact that when I talk about lakes, and he more importantly likes the lake pictures. But the lakes are going to be full. We're going to be ready to rock and roll, and that rain helps to fill the lakes. Rain, let's see, rain makes what?
Corn.
Corn makes,
Whiskey
and whiskey does what?
makes your baby.
Makes babies? Makes my baby a little frisky. Awesome. Rob, I had a good time. I had a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
It was exciting. I did have a good
Producer
time.
Eric, did you have fun?
It was fun.
We had a great time here, guys. We got some guests coming up. We got Josh with the local junk haulers, coming on the show, and then we also have Brett Weaver with Kennedy Club Fitness. New year, new you. Push, right? Because we're going for the lake bods, right?
That's what everyone should be going for.
You
Going
got your
into
before picture?
Summer cut.
Do you got your before picture?
I got all the pictures you need.
Well, it's gonna be more importantly to have your after picture. That's where it's gonna be. So you're gonna have to compete with old dad.
Oh.
Right? All right. So Dad's getting cut.
You got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay. Hey, that's the competition. That's the battle.
There's the fighting words.
Yep. All right, Rob. Hey, thanks again, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that was fun. So we'll definitely have to have you back on because you brought a lot of fun and content to the show this morning.
Try my best.
Really appreciate it. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of What's Up North County, our morning brew with our fill-in guest, which is Rob Doty. Thanks for coming on, filling in with that young mind, young information on what's happening on the coast and in the world. But as always, guys, we can't do this without our sponsors, Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaways, Rancho Atascadero Meat Cutting, Amber with Pillar Real Estate, and 805 Cousins. And you support those businesses that sponsor and support us. Thanks again, guys. Be safe. Have a great weekend.